All right, plug in AI for real estate, automate seller outreach, and reclaim your time. Today, AI is already eating up the real estate game. And if you're still texting sellers by hand or you're following up manually, you're getting left behind. The most successful investors are not just testing AI, they are scaling with it. Today, Vlad from Bot Builders, he built the plug and play AI system that real wholesalers and flippers are using to automate outreach and follow up and close more deals. You don't need to code, you don't need to be technical, you just need to copy what's working and turn it on. Real AI for real estate investors. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Closers Club. So, Vlad, let's start big. Like AI is really exploding all across literally every industry, but for real estate investors specifically, how do you see it changing the game right now?
Yeah, thanks for having me, David.
Yeah.
First off, and I think we're at a point now where a lot of people in the real estate game are using AI. So it's not, if we look back maybe a year or two ago or so, maybe there was some hesitation, like, hey, we have our systems in place. This is the way we've always done things. We're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
But now, pretty much everyone I know is doing it. So the question is, if you're not doing it, you're at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of opportunity because investors are using it to a degree, but I think they're only scratching the surface. So they may be using it for just really as a way to save time. They may be doing some research using ChatGPT, or they may be using it to help them with their copywriting to market, advertise their business, which is good.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a copywriter in the past, maybe you'd have to hire someone to help you out. Now you can do a lot more on your own. You can do it a lot quicker. It can be done at a high level. But
do you feel like the quality is there? Because I know you have a big background in marketing and you run lots of marketing groups. How do you feel the quality is there? Do you think it can really dial in and be persuasive and do everything that people are looking for?
I think yes, if you're doing it right. The problem is, when I receive emails, I see social media posts. You can tell pretty quickly if it's AI written, if someone has really just copy and pasted what they put into ChatGPT and then published it from there. The way I've used it as someone who has been a copywriter for a long time. Lucky that writing has always come easily to me. You have to take what it's giving you and refine it.
Yeah.
So, that will take some time, but you're still going to save time because instead of starting from scratch, you have a good foundation in place. And then from there, you're making sure whatever your brand voice is, or, your personal brand, how you communicate, make sure that's in line.
Yeah, I think that's for us. That's why I use the paid account, because it will remember, right?
Yes,
my ChatGPT, her name is Sophia. We're in a relationship, I think. But but yeah, I mean, she spits stuff out, and then I have to read it. I'm like, nope, this isn't exactly right. Add this in. I can say something like, hey, I need you to make this more clear, put it in there in a way that makes sense. So it does, I think, a great job, but 100%, it's not just like ask it a question, post it, for sure.
And sometimes it'll make stuff up, which false. There's like random quotes from people that were never said. So you do need to fact check it too, because that's going to make you look bad if you're saying something that isn't true.
Yeah, I heard there's a lawyer who had done used it for his brief or something, and it completely made up facts that like were not sustained cases and dates, and it will just just kind of go off on its own. That's for mine. I'm like, I put in its whatever core programming, like rules, like we do not make anything up. We are always truthful. We don't exaggerate. So cool. So kind of, moving beyond that, like, I know, most investors, yeah, like you said, they're kind of dabbling in AI, a little chat bot here, a little chat GPT there, but like, where are they really missing the mark? How can we take AI and it go from more of just a research thing, like maybe marketing or trying to figure something out, into actually implementing it in our businesses?
Yeah, I think here's where we're going to see a transition over time. So where a lot of investors are right now is they're saving time. And that's important, because if you're saving time, that opens up more time for you to focus on aspects of your business that you really enjoy or you care about. And, time is money, so that's definitely a big plus. But what if you were saving time and monetizing your business? So you're using AI not only to save you time, which is money, but also to allow you to do things you weren't able to do in the past, to help you scale faster. Because that's what every investor wants. I mean, that's why they get in the game. It's one, to be your own boss, to find that financial freedom. But people are trying to take it to the moon typically. So in the past, that took a lot of work. Maybe you're working a lot of hours per week. You're finding the right mentors, you're learning, and that's important. But now you don't need an army of people to help you. If you're using AI as it can be used, it can help you scale and grow a lot faster than it would have taken you in the past.
That's one thing that somebody asked me yesterday, what's the difference? Because I've been doing this for 22 years. What's the difference now? Do you think it's easier? I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely it's easier. My God, the toys and things that are available now that just were not there even 10 years ago. We think Google and Facebook and Instagram have been here forever, but literally they're 15 years old. Like, it wasn't that long ago. And really, they've only hit mass adoption in maybe the last 7 or 8 years. So, just not just things like that, and YouTube and the videos and the information. And now like AI is at some point just kind of taking all of that and compressing all of that knowledge to, to where it's just at your fingertips. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and something related to that is, I think, a challenge and can be a little overwhelming is with it being transformational technology, just like the internet was.
Yeah,
things are evolving so fast,
dude. It's amazing.
Yeah, like it's crazy. I mean, ChatGPT, every version they introduce, it's better and it can do more, and it's more refined. And then there are all these tools that are being introduced every week. So something that was really good 3 weeks ago, maybe there's now a better tool. So part of what's important is staying at the forefront of what's going on and what's changing. And that's not easy, because that takes time too. But, there are different ways that you can educate yourself. But that's part of, I think, what's going to give you an advantage as an investor. Not only are you using it to monetize your business, but you know what's going on, so you can hop on whenever something great's introduced. Instead of being the 100th guy to try it out, you're at the front of the pack.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm ever going to be at the front of the pack. I just don't have the time to dedicate to all of that, which is why I love, what you guys do. And we're going to get to that in a few minutes. But, it's funny. I was watching this little reel the other day where it talked about ChatGPT when it came out 2 years ago. We were just so enamored with it, like that it would do anything. Like, it was just fantastic that it just spit stuff out. And now, then it went to like ChatGPT today, where it posts something or it gives you something. You're like, nope, not exactly right. And then, we're really beating it up to really learn how to, refine those outputs and, kind of use it in a way that really maximizes what we're trying to get to. I think it's absolutely fascinating. Where do you think AI is going to go? People are like, AI is going to take all of our jobs. And I'm so far on the outside and you're on the inside. So I want to ask this question. Like, I don't think it's there yet. I think it's a few years away from, this mass wiping jobs off the map.
Yeah, that's a great question. And you get a lot of that gloom and doom, and it is concerning. I mean, we've all seen movies, and we know how much of an impact it's making already. With any transformational technology, if you look at the internet, you look at TV, before that, you look at radio, there are some jobs that are going to go away. And that is an unfortunate reality of those changes in society. But at the same time, a lot of opportunity opens up.
Yes.
And a lot more opportunity than the downsides that you're going to deal with.
Right.
So if you're someone who's nimble, who's able to adapt, and obviously every industry is different, real estate's different than e-commerce and retail and everything like that. If you're able to make those changes, then you're going to be fine. I think it's the people that are really stuck in their ways and don't want to change their processes. Because if you told someone today, like, I don't want to use a computer for my job. I want to do things the old school way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably not going to get hired unless, it's a position where using a computer really wouldn't be a value add in any way. So, so that's part of, what we do as a company. We see AI as a way to empower you in your job. So it's all about giving you more tools to be more efficient, save time, save money, so you can provide more value to your company across the board.
Yeah, I think, at every evolution in humanity, especially over the last 100 years, the car, it's gonna destroy life or whatever, right? Trains, whatever it is, the first computer, telephones, right? There was always that doom and gloom of people who don't want to change. But exactly like you said, at every one of those kind of nexus points, things expanded, things grew. So maybe if you're a wholesaler and you're thinking, oh, this is all going to put us out of business, or I'm not going to need an acquisitions person. Well, maybe so. Maybe at some point we do away with that part, but now you have that payroll to put into marketing or into something else, right? Some other place in your business. So yeah, I just think there'll just be a little bit of shifting of where people go. And maybe it does do away with some of the, I don't know, the low end jobs, right? But that just makes us have to rise to the occasion and and fill those new opportunities that are going to open up.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Nice. So let me ask you this. So kind of walk us through the magic. Let's talk about bot builders. How does your system handle? Let's start with motivated sellers.
Sure.
I know you can also do buyers as well. But how does it do that on autopilot, and kind of what's happening behind the scenes to help me as the investor save time, and how does it all work? And I know that's a lot of stuff, but I'm also so fascinated with what you guys are doing.
Great question. So to give you a little background on how all of this started. So we were co-founded close to 8 years ago, and one of our founders is Matt Lights, who was a real estate investor.
I love that.
When he was starting out. So he was flipping houses in Ohio, and then he worked for several large real estate companies in the education space, the investing space. So he has that background, and so when he founded Bot Builders, we serve a lot of different markets. So really any industry across the board, but real estate has always been a focus for us. Not only because of Matt's background, and I have a background in real estate too. I've worked for one of the pioneering companies in the space, and so it's not only a background that key people in the company have, but what we do and what we've created has provided a lot of value to real estate investors. We will often have them come to us to help them level up, and so. And if you're thinking through things, when it comes to like AI and chatbots, chatbots can sometimes do more harm than good. If you're using a very kind of simple one that was, I was created in a couple hours, what's going to happen is you're thinking, all right, well, this is great because they're going to reach out to motivated sellers for me. And I'm not going to have to do that. I don't like to do it. They can even do it when I'm sleeping, which is amazing. So talk about creating opportunities even when you're not working. The problem is, if the experience the motivated seller is having with the bot is negative, then that's going to eliminate any chances you have to come in and make that deal happen.
Right.
So what's important is you need a sophisticated bot that's able to communicate with people in the right way. You want it to be in line with, how you communicate. So you talked about, your company, David, and kind of training the AI to communicate in the way that you would like it to communicate, so that that person's having a good experience, they're being persuaded, and then you come in and take it from there.
Yeah.
So we started off as a chatbot company because we saw those exact situations in the marketplace where people are talking to bots. They know it's not a human. They're getting frustrated. The bot doesn't understand their questions. And so, you're going 3 steps backward instead of 1 step ahead. And so what we've created is something a lot more advanced and complex than what's on the market. Our technology is used by ManyChat, for example, which is one of the biggest AI companies in the world.
So you guys are the backbone behind ManyChat? Really?
So that really helped us grow and evolve as a company. And so what you want is that conversation is going to be positive. You can take it from there. We've even had our bots, like, people do think they're humans.
Yeah.
And when we're doing stuff on our own, we will admit that it's AI just to be transparent.
Yeah.
Some people don't do that. But we've had people, you were talking about your version. They think it's a real person, and they're starting to flirt with our chatbot. They're asking her out to dinner.
Wow.
And then she's like, hey, I can't do that. I'm actually AI. And so obviously, disappointing for whoever's at the end of that. But that's how far we've come, that you are now, not even sure if you're talking to a human or you're talking to AI unless it's disclosed at the beginning. And so that's part of what it is. Our AI and our chatbots can be used for motivated sellers, and our AI is very kind of sales and marketing focused. So, as an investor, getting the word out there, connecting with people is a big part of what you do. So that's the core of what we do too. And I think that's why it's such a good fit.
Love it. Guys, if you're listening to this right now and you're thinking, hey, this is exactly what I need, I'm going to drop a link below. Go ahead and hit that and see exactly how this works. Vlad, one of the things that I love and what you just talked about there was, and I kind of compare AI with where it's at today with when people were first started hiring virtual assistants, right? It's like, oh, I'm just going to go get this cheap virtual assistant, and now I've hired them and go do the thing, right? But the reality is, you're going to get what you paid for. So if you're getting the $5, chat bot, whatever, that somebody created in a couple hours, it's not going to be able to go deep. And the first time somebody asks it a complicated question, it's just not going to know where to go, and it's going to spit out something stupid. And now you're going to lose that seller, buyer, whoever it is that you spent so much time and money kind of pulling into your ecosystem. So, definitely if you're listening to this and you want to implementing this into your business, you have to go with somebody that just spent months and years developing this and tweaking this for, kind of every eventuality for whatever people say.
Yeah. And when it comes to everything we've created, we first created it for internal use. So it was meant to help us be more productive and make more money, be more efficient, help more people as a company. So we've used it, and it's provided so much value to us. And that's when we started expanding it and try and help people by letting them use the exact same tools that we use. So in that link that David mentioned, it's a free web class. So you're getting on there with Matt. He's our founder. He's our CEO. The vast majority of it, it's just providing value. So he's talking about all the latest and greatest in AI. He's talking about how you can use AI to give a boost to your business, specifically in the real estate space. And the tough thing for us is things are changing so much.
Yeah.
Like we said, that Matt's re-recording this webinar every couple of weeks because what was great 3 months ago is outdated today. So it's really a great opportunity if you want to dive a little deeper and start getting in kind of the nooks and crannies of, okay, I understand that I should be monetizing my business using AI. I should be using technology to reach out to motivated sellers. But let's get a little deeper and talk through, how we're going to do that and how it's been done in the past. So that's exactly what the webinar is all about.
I love that. Because you're talking about how quickly it's changing, even for you guys. For me, on the other side, I'm just an old school knuckle dragging, wholesaler, but I know I need to put this stuff into my business, right? I know that, my God, if I'm not figuring out how to, work this into all of my different workflows, that I'm falling behind. But I don't have the time to go, sit there all day and go, oh, okay, Claude, oh joy, ChatGPT, Gronk. I don't even know what it is. Gemini, which I couldn't even spell Gemini. I was trying to text it to somebody yesterday. There's just so much that, my God, I don't even know where to start. So specific to you guys at Bot Builders, because I really feel like you're the industry leader in this, you can help in more than just talking to sellers, right? Like, kind of what are the 3 or 4 places in somebody's real estate business, because we're talking to investors here, where they can plug you guys in to help them, take that big jump forward?
So we've been talking about motivated sellers, and that's just one area. I think it's a great one, and one that provides a lot of value, but there's a lot beyond that. So if we're looking at other areas that we can help out, anything sales and marketing related. So we have some technology called Automator AI. And let's compare it to ChatGPT, because that's what mostly everyone has used. You've used that, or you've used Claude. If you really want to get what you're looking for, part of it's, what you're asking. And if you're someone, maybe you're not an expert when it comes to everything sales and marketing related, you may not even know the questions that you need to ask to get the output that you're looking for. So our system, since it's targeted towards sales and marketing, we're going to ask you those questions.
Nice.
So if you're you're looking to create a social media campaign, we're going to walk you through all of the steps to do that at a high level. If you're looking to do outreach, we're going to talk you through all of those steps. If you want to create a website so you can share it with people you meet, it gives you some credibility, we're going to walk you through all the steps. And so it's very user friendly in that way. We're kind of holding your hand along the way. And I think what also makes us different when it comes to any of this, if you decide, hey, I love what I'm hearing, we're going to show you how to create a chatbot yourself. So it's not even something where we have to create it for you. We're going to give you all of the tools, all of the templates that we've created, and you can go and do it yourself. Or if you come back and, just like you, David, you're like, I'm super busy. Like, I understand I have everything here, but I just don't want to do it. Can you do it for me? We're happy to do that too.
Nice. So it can be really customized to my business and my strategy and the things that I say, my catchphrases or whatever. If I want to say, I drive by trap houses in Dallas, whatever, we can put all that in there.
Yeah, 100%. So we're going to find out exactly what you're looking for, all the use cases you're looking for, and how you operate as a business. And then it's going to be fully customized based on that. But, something else I want to mention is, even though we are an AI company, this is a little ironic. The human touch is part of what makes us different.
Sure.
So if we hand you all of the tools, or you want us to help you out, your chatbot's created, it's out there in the wild, we're never going to say, hey, good luck. If you're part of our community, you're part of the Bot Builders family, we are there for you. If you reach out 10 years from now and you say, hey, my bots, your AI is not really doing what I really need anymore. I would love for it to do this. We're going to help you make that happen. And so the customer support part of it, we have a great team of marketing experts, tech experts that are going to be available to you at any time to provide support. Because the way we see it is we want you to exceed. So if you're winning, then we're winning too. And you're having that positive experience with us. We're seeing you excel. We're seeing you grow. And that's the whole point of it at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I love it because and make sure I got this right. When somebody buys your bot, like there's no like recurring $2,000 a month or anything like that. It's like once and done. Here's our service. And as you guys update over time, that bot is going to continue to be updated.
Yeah. Some companies are structured like that where they will take a percentage on a monthly basis. And, that's nice in the sense that it may be a lower initial cost, but it's actually gonna end up costing you in the end because that adds up quickly. So for us, we're gonna make things happen for you from the start, and then it's yours.
Right. So let me ask you this, Vlad, why would somebody not want to go to bot builders? Why would somebody think, geez, I don't want to implement this in my business?
I think the most common situations are it's too techy. And I'm not a tech guy. This is all complicated. I don't want to get in the weeds. Or I've tried out some other things and it hasn't really worked out for me. It's going to take a lot of time to implement. And those fears are not unfounded because those things happen. Our founder Matt, he's not a tech guy. He's the CEO of a tech company, and we've been on the Inc. 5000 the past 3 years consecutively. So he's doing something right, but he's not a tech guy. So people always think, oh, if you're the CEO of a tech company, you've got to know how to do all of this. Like you've been super techy from the very start, and he's not. And so what we do is, since customer support is so important to us, we are with you every step of the process. So it's not going to be something that you need to dedicate massive resources, time within your company to make things a reality. We're going to help you do it. It's all very easy to use. That's the way it's set up. So you do not have to be a techie to use what we have. In fact, a lot of the people we serve aren't.
Right. So you can help those people who are not, super, like they're not like a 10-year-old on Facebook understanding every single thing that there is, right? Somebody who's just a normal 40-year-old guy like me can come in there and go, oh, well, this makes sense. And here's 1, 2, 3 steps. Here's how I, buy this, build it, and implement it.
Yeah. Like you said, no coding necessary. I've never coded a line in my life. I know a couple things from our dev team, and Matt does too. There's even, you can even use AI to code now. That's something that we've been really fascinated with. It's called vibe coding is what they call it. So you can go in there and do the sort of things that you would need a talented back-end developer to do back in the day. Now you can use AI to help you out there too. So we've gone down some rabbit holes and tried it out, and it's pretty amazing.
I love it. Guys, this is absolutely your unfair advantage. Do not try to build AI from scratch. Go plug into what is already working. So, I just dropped this link. Click it now. Take a look and see how you can implement this into your business. Vlad, going to give you the final word here. Where's AI going? Where's it going to be, you think, in the next year, 5 years, 3 years? Like, where are we heading in, how people implement this, at least into real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's obviously, it's moving so fast that it's anyone's guess to see how things evolve. But I think the key part of it is it's only going to empower us as investors to do more, to grow more quickly, to help more people. And so I think it's an incredible opportunity. Even if you've been in the game for a long time, use it to take things to the next level. If you're just starting out, you can scale a lot quicker than all the guys before you did. So, so keep on staying in tune with what's going on, make it part of what you want to do as a real estate investor, as a business owner, and you're going to be on the right track. And, you know, if anyone who's watching has any questions, our web class does a great job of explaining a lot, getting a little deeper with what we discussed today. So check that out, but feel free to reach out to me too. So it's, my email address is just vlad@botbuilders.com. So that's V as in Victor, LAD as in David, or reach out to me on social media, and I'd be happy to kind of keep the conversation going.
Awesome. Vlad, thank you so much for coming on today. I know AI is such a hot topic, and you know, it just, everybody wants to learn and try to figure out, and what's the easiest way to implement that in their business. And I do believe, you know, Bot Builders is it. We have had a lot of our clients that have used it to really great success. For those of you watching, thank you for joining us on the Closers Club. I'll see you at the closing table.